Hey! So we're back again with another couple of patches for you. Like I said in the thumbnail, there's not one but two for you today. I'm kind of loving what's been going on with the updates and all the cool stuff that's in there, you know, regarding delays and reverbs and all that kind of shizzle. So there's two patches for you today. First one, we're going to quickly talk about DSP, because I was getting a lot of questions yesterday on here and on Instagram and on Facebook regarding everything seems to be quite DSP heavy. Well, yes, I think it is. Some of the stuff that Line 6 have thrown into this update now is quite DSP heavy, especially the poly stuff. I mean, even the legendary drive that I used in previous videos, that can be DSP heavy. And I think that's just a sign of the quality of these things kind of going up. They do take a lot of brain power, but you know, there is ways of rerouting stuff and getting the most out of it. I mean, it's just because something's grayed out, it doesn't mean to say that you can't use it in your menu and in your list. You've just got to kind of reposition some stuff and stick it elsewhere. That's what she said. So let's take a look at the first pass that I've done. It is basically just 5 blocks. I'm using the Engel amp. The reason that I'm using the Engel amp is that I didn't want to put a drive pedal in, and if I'm using an amp that I don't want to use a drive pedal for, that behaves well for me and my big fat sausage fingers, my big fat dick fingers, the Engel is the one that I always go to. I like it a lot. So let's take a look what's going on. Up front first, there is an auto wah. If you've not seen how I set the auto wah up, there is a video in the list on the playlist of how to do this. It's very simple, very straightforward. So basically what happens is the wah is, if you move the pedal forward, the wah will activate and turn itself on. Then you move the pedal back, the wah will come off. You're not having to stand on it to activate that switch. So that will be, pull the pedal back, wah goes off. Push the pedal forward. That's your auto wah. So that's already set up for you. So when you get it, obviously don't stand on it and go, well, the fucking wah's not working. This guy doesn't know shit. Drive's quite low on that. There's an EQ just after the amp, and I'm using the new Chorus Ampeg liquefier and my favourite delay, the Helix, which has got reverb built in because it's fucking ace. Let's just listen to your first snapshot. It's called Soft. Put a little bit more of the chorus on that snapshot just to kind of lift it up and give it a bit of life. Second one is called Harder. What we're going to do now is take a look at the drive. So you look at the drive on the amplifier. And the auto wah again. That's the wah sound. So what is next to that is the third snapshot is called Harder. And the reason for that is that sometimes when I'm playing, you get that feeling of, I could just do with a tiny little bit more gain, just an ever so slight bit more gain. And that's what this does. It just bumps it up ever so slightly, and it's just the gain that moves from 6 to 6.4. I've also got that set up with a slightly higher delay mix as a possible solo boost that isn't actually a solo boost. It's just a little bit louder. And then your fourth snapshot is basically called Boost. What that does is throws the gain up on the amp to 7.8, lifts the channel volume as well, and just gives you a solo boost. It's quite straightforward, really. And then the delay jumps up to 30%. that's it. It's, you know, again, you can, if you've got an external controller, if you're going to put it in HX Stomp, you're going to have to put a WAR in there yourself. But I think even for HX Stomp users, just them 4 blocks without the WAR alone is completely giggable. I'd be happy to go and gig it. So, second patch, because it's all about the giving. It's all about the giving, y'all. It's basically called Shimmer Verb, if we can get there. And this is all the new stuff. Again, it's 4 blocks. And again, when we're talking about quality of stuff, quality of things that Line 6 are putting in, 4 blocks gives an amazing sounding clean tone now. So I've got the new comp, the new amp, which I can't pronounce, Ventuox, fucking no. We'll just call it the Vent. Okay. And then we've got the favourite delay on the end as well. There's no snapshots for this. It's just basically not lashed together. It's put together in a sense of, okay, so now you've got the building block to kind of go and have a little fiddle and do some stuff for yourself. All right, so this one sounds like this. That's the quality of the stuff that's in there now. Regardless of how much DSP, I would be very, very, very happy to use that as a full-time clean sound. And I think I will. I think that now will be, I will go to that as clean, because this amp that they've put together, that Ben Adrian put together at Line 6, it's just ridiculously good. So good. In a high gain situation, it's probably not going to be for me. I don't think it will fit and sit the way that I want it to sit for me, for some of that like overly saturated heavy delay crap that I do. But for clean and crunch, oh, it's phenomenal. One thing that I did do this afternoon as well is I put a looper on the end. But again, where DSP is concerned, you're going to have to drop the looper downstairs. So just think about that. Just think about where you're planning stuff. But we'll get into that as the weeks go on with the new update. I will, you know, make a few patches that are kind of, you know, really gig worthy, and they can be quite effects heavy, and we'll put a couple of different amps in and what have you. And I'll take some of the presets that I've done before and remove some stuff and put the new stuff in and see if we can kind of make it work for y'all. All right, so that is your 2 patches. Let me just give you this, the Engel one again. So as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. Drop a comment, let me know if these patches work for you, and you know, we'll carry on with the little trend that we've got going on of let me know what country that you're in, because we've got Brazil, Germany, New Zealand, Australia. It's all over the place now. And I'm just nosy. I just want to know where you're living. So I will be back soon with some more. Take it easy.